का जो मेन एक्सपर्टाइज है वो है कि मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्री में जो भी दिक्कतें हम फेस करते हैं डे टू डे लाइफ में, because the main ROI comes from when the efficiency comes into the manufacturing process, right? So इन सारी चीजों के बारे में हम बात करेंगे आज। हम समझने की कोशिश करेंगे कि यहाँ पे जितने भी फाउंडर्स हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं वो किस तरीके से मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्री के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं और कितने सालों से जुड़े हुए हैं, और अगर कोई अपना कुछ बनाना चाहते हैं इस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्री के अंदर। Yes,
If you
Prashant?
don't mind, could you please speak in English?
Could you please speak in English, or otherwise
Yes,
I'm
sure.
not sure about. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for informing me. And so we shall talk about manufacturing industry. So who are doing things in the manufacturing industry? We want to understand the problems you're facing day-to-day life and how we can give you a proper solution. Or before understanding about your situations or your business, Tejas will introduce about him, and he wants to know about how can we create an environment where our India manufacturer can lead the next generation of India, next generations of Make in India products and all. So over to you, Tejas. So please introduce yourself in front of our lovely audience. So yeah, over to you.
Hi guys, I'm Tejas. I have a background in mechatronics and robotics. We have built robotic systems, IoT systems, automation, and we also work on integration of automation systems with robotics and similar kind. So over the recent 1 year, I started exploring, me and my team, we started exploring around the operations in manufacturing. So so one thing we felt is we felt a few problems when we discussed one thing, where how will you connect the sales? You don't know how much sales is happening and how much, like, people who have there are businesses which have operations in the sales operations in one area, manufacturing in one area. This team doesn't know what's happening there. Such things, such visibility, traceability issues. Yeah. And there are issues with what is like if someone calls me and asks me like, where is my order? Such problems and all we have discovered. And today's meeting, I would love to have it as more as a discussion rather than me presenting something. So I would love for you guys to shoot out your problems so that we can see how we can together solve your problems. So for that, initially I would let's have a poll, like just on chat, just tell me where you guys are from, so that we can see that, make sure that we are all well connected and by language you can understand.
Yeah, yes. So I think that was really good for us, because before deep dive into the main topic, we should know the audience better. So yes, I think can you just live a poll here so that we can interact with our audience first?
Yeah, the poll is live. You guys can
poll
respond.
is live. Yeah, you can see on your screen on the top right corner there is a purple screen. New poll is live. So guys, come on, just click on that particular thing and just vote for the things. Yeah. Come on, guys, come on. I think the poll is live. Please vote for the poll. And we really encourage everyone. So is it visible to everyone? First of all, can you find the poll button? No.
On the
yes. So yeah, Kajal, I think this is on the top right corner. Yes, top right corner. Purple box on the top right corner. Yes. Kind of a a graph like structure you can see. Yeah. Come on, guys, come on. Yes. Come on. So okay, Tejas. So till then, people are doing the vote. So we got yes, there are manufacturer and factory owners here. There are business owners and entrepreneurs here. We got 2 votes, and consultant and service owners got 1 vote. Manufacturer and factory owners got 1 vote. and I hope there are a lot of people will comes in. So yeah, I think this is the basic
That's
demography we have. So most of the people are
yes.
belong from the manufacturing industry here.
Yes, yes, that is amazing. So, so where shall we start? One of you, I would like one of you to come ahead and tell me, like, in your everyday operations, how it goes about. Like, where do you start your day in operations? Where you get stuck? Where are you facing problems? So, if one of you shoot out, we can start a conversation.
Yeah, anyone here from the audience? Just can you just share your day-to-day life with your manufacturing setup and
Yes, yes.
something like that? Is there anyone? Please come on, unmute yourself, and you can just talk about your journey. Is there anyone here?
So we are here to break our assumptions and we are here to solve your problems. So only when we interact, we'll be able to come to know.
Absolutely, absolutely. So anyone here? More of government policies break in always. Okay, okay. So yeah, I think Mr. Kajal Anand, would you like to speak out loud so that we can have a good interactions with you? So I'm cordially invite you to unmute yourself and you can just speak about it. That would be great for us.
Mr. Tejas, good evening.
Yes.
And Team
Oh,
Visey
Miss
also. Here, as Mr. Tejas is asking, what is the breakthrough in the manufacturing business? I am a hardcore manufacturer. Today, let me tell you, the breakthrough is majorly of the government policy. The moment you start your work, some of the government person will walk in and they will say, "This is not there, that is not there. If you have it, then they say it was not done like this, it was not done like this." I mean, you're just sometimes sitting and facing only these policies rather than doing your own business.
You mean about the compliances and
Yeah, yeah.
certifications?
I'm a cosmetic manufacturer, let me tell you. So we have got many
Okay.
compliances. So the
Mhm.
worst is the weights and measures.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Worst weights and measures. And of course, sometimes the FDA. It is very difficult for an MSME to go through all the compliances what government has laid. They say MSME is the backbone, but they break the bone first only and then they go to mend, which is not possible. I'm being very upfront.
Okay. Okay. So
And
currently, how do you handle these problems? What are you doing in the current time?
yeah, I have all the licenses, I have all the things done.
Mhm.
Almost I am now 25 years in this line.
Okay.
Of
I
course,
think, sorry to interrupt. Miss Kajal, can you just be louder because your voice is coming so low?
okay.
So if you can just
Am I
come closer
now
to the
audible?
microphone.
Now am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
You're clear now. Yeah.
So, this is one major thing of the policies, and second is the finance. The finance
Okay.
at times you do not get from the banks, which if you are buying some raw material you want to buy and you are stuck up because there are no funds. And in a
Okay.
cosmetic formulation, if one thing also miss, one raw material doesn't come in, the entire formulation is left like this. Same goes
Mhm.
with packaging.
Yeah.
So I would upfront tell you guys, please tell the people what is the fact and how you can help them.
Okay.
Majorly finance and these policies.
Okay, so your major issues are in those two lines. So
Yes.
currently, there are a lot of softwares in the market to track your finance. And so are you currently using any of the softwares?
Sorry, Tejas, the softwares are so expensive. How you can afford
Mm-hmm.
them?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They go
Correct,
in
correct.
lakhs. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the ready for softwares which are coming,
Mm-hmm.
there are almost you can say 60% items in that which do not connect you at all. And if you go
Okay.
to make customize, you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
That's
MSMEs. I'm not talking
correct.
about
That
the big companies. Now,
correct.
one person, software guy, had approached me about it. He's made a marvelous cosmetic software. You know what was the
Mm-hmm.
cost for that? 80
No.
lakhs.
Wow.
Okay.
80 lakhs.
Okay.
Though me sitting on my table will get everything what is happening. I can bring material from abroad. I can talk to my vendors. I can talk to my
Mm-hmm.
suppliers. I can talk to my distributors, everything. But how can I afford an 80 lakh rupees software? So this
Absolutely.
any madam we have normally made for multinationals. I said, then what are you doing here?
Yeah. Yeah.
I told
Right.
him. In fact, I gave him 4 hours, saying
Mm-hmm.
you should make it for the MSME, say within
Mm-hmm.
20, 25, 30 or something.
Okay.
Then the statements come, if you can't afford, you stop manufacturing.
Yeah.
I said, why should I stop? You weren't there earlier when I started. I was running my business.
Mhm.
It's there. Your software will take 10 minutes. I will take 30 minutes manually. So
Yeah.
I had even developed on Excel all my ready-made,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
statements.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So
Okay. Okay.
this is what is really required now. You tell Tejas,
Mm.
can can you give something a small software where they can manage on their own at their end? Say good what they say Excel sheets which can be made ready and then given it to the people. They will fill
Yes,
in.
ma'am. See, what we
See that.
are actually, yeah, see, at
Now I would like to
Orchest,
listen to you guys. I mean,
yes, yes.
Absolutely.
don't focus on me only. There are others
No,
also who
no,
are there.
no.
You can
We'll,
even
yeah, that's what, see,
involve them. That
uh,
would be nice.
Yeah.
your
And Rajali, thank
problems.
you so much for sharing your journey and come the first one who is speaking on this particular meeting. And thank you so much. Yes,
Yeah.
Tej,
Yes,
over to
Kajal,
you.
Kajal, a very thank you. And Kajal, I would, we are actually working on a similar lines where we were currently focusing on only on traceability. So I think it will be valuable to have a further discussion with you. And I hope we can
Yes.
go through that.
Sure, sure. I can in and out tell you about the manufacturing process
Sure,
because
Absolutely.
sure,
I'm a hardcore shop floor woman
Yeah. Yeah.
sure, Kajal.
and an R&D myself.
Cool,
Fantastic.
cool. We
Fantastic.
would love to have a
So,
further
Tej,
so
discussion with
one
you.
we connect.
we,
Yeah,
we can connect sometimes off the line
yeah,
and
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I
Actually,
had given one almost 8 hours to one lady who made.
huh.
I told her I wanted customized.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She never turned back because everything was given in that right from the start. I
Okay.
opened the shutter till I closed
Ah,
the shutter. What is happening? I gave her. This is the way
okay.
I want, and that would work amazing.
Cool, cool.
Okay.
Where are you based at? Where's your plant
I
based at?
I am in Nasik now.
Okay, okay, okay.
Formerly, I
Cool,
was in
cool,
Mumbai, but now we
cool,
shifted to Nasik.
cool, cool,
Okay.
cool.
Okay.
Uh, I think
Yes.
the yeah.
I think here I have a question. So you are talking about the traceability, right? So you
Mhm.
are doing something on the same lens of traceability. But tell me why traceability is important for us in who are doing something in manufacturing industry and who are here willing to do set up some kind of a manufacturing setup and something. So can you just explain key how traceability can increase the ROI or maybe how it's
All right.
affect
Yeah.
overall
Yeah.
business?
Good
Okay.
question.
See, traceability wise, if you say what is traceability, traceability is whether can I see what is happening with in a single place with ease. Like I should not be having 10 people to say I have to talk to you, I have to go there, I have to go there to know what is happening in my own plant. So
Okay.
the first thing that loses your ROI is say something is lost in your production. There is some defect in a particular thing, or somewhere we are losing time on production, some machines efficiency is low, and just like Kajal ma'am told, somewhere we are losing time trying to deal with all the compliances, and we are having to divert attention from what we have to focus on, which is manufacturing and sales. So the first thing which comes in when you want to solve something in manufacturing is
Yeah.
whether you know what is happening. Only when you know what is happening at the site, you'll know what is going wrong. Only when we know what is going wrong, we can solve that. So
Okay.
that is the first thing, which is why traceability is very important for us and any manufacturer.
Got it, got it, got it. So can you just give me some kind of a real world scenarios where there are some manufacturers have faced a massive loss or some kind of a stop
Mm.
loss or something kind of a thing, and traceability can increase their out of
Mm.
them from that particular situations,
Yes.
so that we
So
can get a real world idea.
yeah, yeah. So we are working with I'll give you an example, a live case study, which we are currently working on. We are
Yeah.
working with an Ayurvedic manufacturer currently. Their manufacturing plant is based in Hassan, and their sales operations runs in Bangalore. So currently, all the sales operations is managed by on Tally for them. But for them, they are concerned that their major concern is that we don't know how much sales they are doing. We don't know when we are supposed to manufacture. We manufacture here, and then we send the stock, and then they are like, no, we had a lot of stock. We already had that was not sold yet, or something. They are almost closing, and only after it reaches a point where it's almost like some 10 units is left, and it is going to take me for another 1 week to get all the stock ready to manufacture the stock, and then I have to send it to you. So now you lose that in that gap, your product is out of stock. Now you lose that time of sales. So that is one important thing where traceability plays a role, where they want to know how much stock is being there, how much is being sold, where is it going. So one more thing, this is from the manufacturing team, we faced the complaints. And the owner is facing problems where he is like, I don't know what stock is going in, what is coming in. And when suddenly, say for small order I can deal with, when I get a bit larger order, I have to go call so many people, 4 to 5 people, to inquire what is the stock, how much time it will take for me to get this. So all this is where we are working on with one Ayurvedic company to solve this problem.
Okay, perfect. So what I can sum up for our audience is you were saying, so there is a massive gap.
Just a moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to know from Tejas, how did he solve that problem?
So
Problem he said, what was the solution?
What we are working where what we are doing is we are building a software for them, where we are helping them to connect the sales part and manufacturing part. So what they do is I can show you the software also what we have built, and we can further see how we can help you also. But on this call, I think it will take more time if I spend too much. There are a lot of other questions.
Absolutely. So I think you guys can connect out of this call, and that would be a better thing. And for our audience, so I just want to summarize your thing. So you are saying is there is a big gap in the market in the manufacturing intelligence sector, where manufacturers have the plan, have the setup, have the people to operate this particular thing, but they lack the intelligence part, which can give them a more data to run it more tactfully and get most of the ROI out of their setup, right? So are you kind of taking this kind of a direction?
This also, we are working with one particular case where there's a potassium nitrate manufacturing plant in Bangalore, where there it's not a very large company, and to get all this market intelligence data, you have to pay a lot of lakhs. There are very few because see, if you talk about the chemical market, it is very close. It's not, the prices are not open ever. All the prices happens on phone call, the deals happens on phone call. So it's not like you can actually track the prices of how your chemicals are moving. And suddenly at some situation in some part of the world, something happens, like now when the Iran war happened, all the raw materials prices for them suddenly it went up, and whatever the stock they had, they sold it at cheaper prices, and the stock that they couldn't buy more. Now what would have helped them? It would have helped them if they could somehow say, okay, for this particular reason, for some reason the prices will go up. They don't need to know the actual price also. They don't want to know like, okay, it's going to go higher, it's going to go. They want to just know the trend. Okay, this might cause a rise, it is better to buy the raw materials now, or this might cause a drop, it is better to try to clear our stock now. So this is kind of one area where we are trying to leverage AI and trying to do it by scraping the web for different parts of information, and trying to just give them a predictive trend. Okay, your prices might go up, it's better you stock up now, or something like that. So it is still in the starting stage. We have not dived very deep. Yes, Amit.
Yeah, Amit, please come forward.
Yeah. So I want to ask, like, there is no way that it is like share market, like means how
Okay.
can we predict if data is available for share market also, right?
Yes.
And how can we compare with that scenario with this scenario we are discussing, because
Mm.
data is available offshore market, and we can
Yes.
analyze that, and we can
Yes.
make
Yes.
money
Yes.
out of it. But
Mm-hmm.
it is unpredictable market. So
Yes. Hmm.
are you saying that AI gives us better options, or
Visibility.
better way to
Okay. See,
give
I'm
analysis?
Yeah, I think your question is how can we compare the market intelligence for chemical and other markets with stock markets? Am I right?
Not stock market. I was
Mm-hmm.
giving you analogy that data is available for everyone now
Mm-hmm.
at this stage, but
Yes.
right decisions are still not made by the traders in
Mm-hmm.
share market. Same way it
Mm-hmm.
can happen for this data also. So
Okay.
how it is
Mhm.
different from that data and this
Okay,
data?
see, first thing, in a stock market way, your everything, every price and all the data is very well open and tracked by our NSE. But when you go to the chemical market, more the prices are not like someone. It's very regulated, the stock market, and also you have proper frameworks in place to decide like how much your stock valuation is, and then based on your demand and the demand and requirement, the availability, the stock prices rises and drops. But when you go with chemical markets, what happens is like your prices are never exposed. Nobody publishes their prices to a particular place. Like they don't publish it on a particular dashboard or to a particular organization that I'm selling at this price, so all of you are supposed. It's not a regulated market. It's like one manufacturer can say, I want to sell this at 50 rupees, and another manufacturer can say, I'll sell 1 kg at 100 rupees. And there's no one controlling it, saying, no, you're not supposed to sell it at this rate. And one more thing, this is very common in the bulk orders market where and manufacturers, where the higher the quantity you order, I'll say I'll bring down the
Reduce.
cost little less by little by little. So it is a very it's not open, it's not regulated. So you don't have data that can tell you this is the price you have to sell it. This is the price this person is selling it. Nobody will publish. And half of the information happens on phone calls. Like if you take MSMEs, the half of them, they don't deal with all saying you or place an order with my team, you order it on my website. No, there will somebody will call them, I want this much. Okay,
Yeah.
I will go inquire the price, I'll go do my calculations, come back to you, I'll tell you the price. So that's how it works. So there's no exposed data outside. So that's why you can't do it like stock market here. It's very different. Yes.
I understood. You're saying that. So the crux of this is like it is we have time to make decisions. That is what you're saying, right?
It's not about time. It is about availability of data. There's no visibility. There's no data openly available. That is the main factor here. So you can't just predict your prices. It is more like what happens in the market. Somebody raises the price, I'll also rise. That is how it happens here.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So I think here what I got from this conversation, so that when a new manufacturer comes in the market or the industry, and they don't know, okay, if they got an order or something, and they want to manufacture the things, so how they can regulate and this got the visibility, okay, whatever raw material I'm procuring and whatever things I'm manufacturing out of that. So what kind of a ratio, what kind of a order should I place, what should be my production capability and capacity we have in our plant. So what are the things, is there any kind of a way to measure it or predict it in a way so that I can control over my production quality and the capacity?
So I'll just repeat your question. You meant that when a new manufacturer comes into the market, on what basis will he decide what should my production capacity be, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
kind of.
So yeah, so usually many manufacturers, they start with getting an order. So any business or anything, you usually start with, can I first secure an order? Okay, so this is very common, and many people actually, they don't directly jump into manufacturing. There are a lot of people, what they do is they'll start with trading. They'll purchase from someone else, they'll buy it, then they'll give it to some. So that too, not even like I'll store it in particular or go down, I'll rent a go. They'll first buy from somewhere and directly transport it to the next person. Some people start like that. Some people who have enough funds to start a plant, they start the plant. So setting up your plant, and then starting up the operations itself will take you 2 to 3 months when you go into more complex markets, like initially starting with chemicals. And I think cosmetics market is even more tougher when you have to deal with so many regulations. And let's say you have particular chemicals which there are you can sell it to particular industries, but to sell it to some other industry, you need particular licenses. Say like when you go for potassium nitrate, it is a raw material that is used in multiple industries, like let's say the incense sticks, crackers, and it is also used as a fertilizer for farming. But when you are selling it to incense sticks and crackers market, usually your GST stands within 18% block. But when you sell it to the farmers, they'll expect it at 5% GST, because agriculture fertilizers are sold at 5% GST. But what happens, unless you have a particular license for agriculture, you're not supposed to sell your produce to that market. You can't sell it at 18%, 5% block. They will not allow you. You're supposed to sell it as a chemical only. So such problems exist. And once you set it up, you can. So usually they start with a small, like recently one particular new individual approached regarding, they want to set up a gallium plant. They want to manufacture gallium in India for the semiconductors market. So what because in India it's currently imported, and the current market rate for that is around 3 lakhs per kg. So how much? So they're like, okay, if you might initially think, okay, I'll manufacture a lot of this and I'll sell it, but it's not that easy. Maximum, we decided with them that we'll only go for 5 kg per day, because that itself will take you around 10 crores of investment. So it's based on your financial capability. It's based on how much orders you have to, what kind of customers you have. So the best thing to do is always go try to get a customer, try to source the raw material from some other place and give it to them. Then once you secure their relationship, you can easily extend. Once you confirm that, okay, this person will recurringly be buying from me, you can start a plant.
Yeah, I think it is this information is really helpful for the the would-be manufacturers who are wants to get into the industry. So here I think Alok Shaw has just put some comments on the comment section. So Tejas, can you just read it loud, and you can just if you want to say something.
Alok's question is, platforms like business list the suppliers and the actual trade prices and get the sales happen. For industrial chemicals also they do, and all these commodities have pricing available. Okay, Alok, sure. Can you are you here? I mean,
Yes. Hi, Mr. Alok. Are you here?
Alok?
If you are here, so we would love to invite you to just unmute yourself, and you can just speak it loud so that we can understand the context better. Yes, Mr. Alok, are you there? Okay.
Okay, I'll answer the question. The thing is, okay, I am assuming Alok is talking about platforms like India Mart, where manufacturers list their prices. Now, if you have interacted with them, usually whenever we make calls, so initially they would have listed a particular price, and then when you call them, they'll tell you a different price. So, and not all manufacturers list there. So again, the problem is nobody's regulating it. Okay, you can publish your prices. It now once you take a look. So if you are someone who has got say a particular quantity, let's say 1 ton order, for some particular thing. Let's say again, let's for now I'll again go back to a chemical markets where let's say you got a 1 ton order for a particular chemical which you have manufactured and you want to sell it. What would you do? You would first see how much have I spent, because let's say you're not a very large manufacturer to influence the pricing. So you have purchased, you have spent some amount. Let's say if it's 100 rupees, you have spent some 70 rupees on the raw materials. Now, how will you gauge the price? You will go to website India Mart, one option, or most manufacturers, what they do is they contact their contacts. So they'll be like, hey, what is the market rate running? I want to buy it. They won't say, I am selling it. What rate should I sell? They'll not reveal it in this market, where they'll just be like, hey, I want to buy from you. How much are you selling it for? They'll say, I'm selling it at 130 rupees. Then they'll call one more person. That person will be saying, I'm selling it at 100 rupees. And then they'll be like, okay, this is the price range, 100 to 130.
Negotiation will happen.
Yeah. Then I'll be like, okay, I'll sell it to you at 110. And then the customer will be like, no, I don't want it 110. I want it at 90 rupees. This kind of, this is how the things work. When you go into the wholesale and manufacturing market, it doesn't stand with a particular price. Yes, Amit. Yes, Amit. Yes, Amit.
Yeah, I think Amit, you have raised your hand.
Yes, Amit.
Yes. So I have one more question, like how long are we from where agents will do the negotiations and other things, and agents will negotiate, list the prices?
Yeah.
What kind of agents are you talking about? Are you talking about agents as people,
Like,
or are you trying to
I think AI agents. He's talking about the
AI
AI
agents? AI agents. Okay.
I'm
Yes,
talking
sir.
about AI agents.
Yeah.
Yeah. That they are exploring as a field. That a lot of them are trying to explore, and they also face that require. We have also faced that requirement where they want. But the thing is, if unless you run your models locally, it is actually costing them more tokens than this, because AI agents, when you hire a salesperson, usually you pay him a base salary, and then they'll be like, okay, based on the number of sales you close, I'll give you a commission. But when you go for AI agents, it's not like that. It's not in your control. You're paying for each and every token. So even a communication that is not closing anything, it's not going to be, you are going to keep paying. And one more thing is, these agents try to hallucinate a lot, due to which there can be some instances where your price is very exaggerated, or the price which the agent commits to is at a price where it gives me a heavy loss. So
Yeah.
those problems exist on the ground.
Here, Tejas, I want to put a global view on it, because there are a lot of startups who are working on this particular thing. How we can, enter this kind of agents in this kind of a industry, like manual workflow heavy industry, like manufacturing and all. So what they're doing is they just using the voice AI to, understand the prospect, and after that, a human is backing behind it. They just analyzing it in a proper way, and they just doing the stuff done for the actual customers. So now the big question is, so there are a lot of AI happening in the lot of industries, but I think AI should have the local knowledge and the knowledge of the bazaar, the knowledge of the market, because the New York market is very much different than a market of Noida or Agra or anywhere else. So those kind of a local knowledge is important for AI agents. So if we can enable that context, that particular thing to the agents, maybe they can result better. So what do you think?
The Indian market works very heavily on relationships. Most deal, it's like me and you build a relationship, we'll continue business. And so you have to make sacrifices. A lot of people make sacrifices, and they'll be like, okay, initially I'll take zero profit. Initially I'll take a small minor loss, and then slowly we'll build up the relationship. Then I can take some things. So the Indian market is very much where you run only on relationships in the bulk order
Absolutely.
space, where if you are like say I will only give it to you at this price, it won't work. You have to slightly be good at negotiation. And the major problem with AI agents is they don't know who that person who's talking to him is. They don't trigger that emotional connect
Absolutely.
which can build a relationship yet.
And
So that will go a long way. And like
and
you said, it will
abs-
those kind of things is very important for AI
absolutely.
agents to
And
actually take over and
the
practically.
the most importantly, deliver the promised quality. End of the day, it's a
Yes,
big
yes,
deal for everyone.
yes, yes,
Yes,
yes,
Amit.
yes.
Yeah, please unmute yourself. Tell us.
So, so I was saying like I have built rule-based agents which work
Mm-hmm.
very well. So
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering uh, if we give proper context and proper rules are set, then why not a primary rejection list or
Exactly.
primary list of a company can be made? What do you think about that?
Mm. Amit, I think we are diving too much into AI agents, so we would love to have a conversation separately with you.
Yes.
So we can definitely discuss further prospects and go ahead with whatever it
Yes.
is.
Okay.
Definitely.
So
So,
let's give others also a chance to shoot out their questions. And
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
And before that, I think just
Yes.
if you want to present anything, if you have anything for the presentation and all, so you can go with it. So, do you have anything to present us?
No, no. I wanted
no,
to
You
converse
just want to
and
continue in this
yeah,
way.
yes, yes,
Okay,
yes,
perfect.
yes.
So, anyone else here want to ask anything? So, please come forward.
Yes, Payal.
Yes,
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 Payal.
fine. Yes. Please unmute yourself.
Hi.
Tell us. Ah, hi.
Hi.
Yes,
Very good
Payal.
Yeah, I
afternoon.
got
Please tell us.
last minute invite, so I'm not very ready for this meeting. But
Mm-hmm.
I'll just share a brief about me. So we
Mm-hmm.
are we just started our company, Ramsa Technologies, which is in
Mm-hmm.
2025, and we
Mm-hmm.
are mostly into data engineering and
Mm-hmm.
moving the data from one place to the other, observability, and
Mm-hmm.
creating AI agents, to support the
Mm-hmm.
companies. So currently, as I said, we just started our company. The team has around 16 years experience, and we have shipped the products for Sama, BlackRock, and
Mm-hmm.
other OBTV and such companies. So
Mm-hmm.
here, what we are basically why I joined was I was looking out, like you said, like most of the projects which we are getting, Tejas, are based on relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is what we are, why I joined this meeting, and if you people can have some pointers for me. So I have been visiting some startups to collaborate as an engineering partner, but
Mm-hmm.
yes, like we are still exploring some options. So if you can guide me a little, or you know,
So, Payal,
Mm-hmm.
would you like to come into the manufacturing industry where manufacturers are depending on the data points and all? Because I think how you are envisioning it, I think Tejas, you can take it in your way.
I'm not clear about the question entirely, so
Yes.
I'm looking for some more clarification on exactly what you're looking for.
okay, so you are asking me
Yes, yes,
what I'm looking for. Okay.
yes, yes,
So as I said, ours is a SaaS company. Like we
yes.
create complete enterprise applications and
Okay.
mostly into data engineering. So like you are moving data from one place to the other. So first I
Mm-hmm.
have a question for you. Is this group specific to manufacturing domain?
Yes.
The data engineering. This discussion is specific to manufacturing. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. But yes, if there
So
is any
yes, we'll,
for the
we'll
data, because the big factory always they migrate their data for the one plant to another plant, and they need
Any
to.
company, they would be like when we talk about AI, right? Even AI
Mhm.
needs data to
Yeah.
operate on, right?
Yes,
So that
yes,
data
yes.
has to be cleansed It has to
Yes.
move from one place to other.
See,
So that
there
is
are
what we
a
expertise
lot.
in.
Yes, so currently there's a growing trend of egocentric data collection. So especially in industry, manufacturing industry, where a lot of companies are working on data collection, and you could definitely, I think, help them with building the data pipelines if your expertise
Yes,
is in that
that is
field.
what our
So
expertise is in. And
yes,
I have my company website, and
okay.
there are few case studies which explicitly show our expertise and some of the
Mm-hmm.
projects which we have built upon in migrating data or handling their CDC pipelines or observability.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sure, sure. We'll look into that, and I think we can also have further conversations on how we can leverage, and we
Yes.
might be even able to collaborate together and
Yeah.
work on something.
So
Yeah,
yeah, and so whoever want to connect with
yeah,
you
Apart
yeah, yeah,
again
from that, right,
after this time.
yeah.
like I need some, maybe like if you would be comfortable sharing your number and we can get some, one-to-one call and we can discuss in
Yes,
Yeah,
detail regarding.
yeah,
we can
sure. We can definitely. I think they
chat.
sent a link on the chat to book a one-on-one call, so we can have a further discussion there. And
Yeah,
Okay.
I think Kajal and Amit, we can also do that. So I'm definitely looking forward for all that.
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
Tejas, you just told key the new
Yes.
kind of environment data and all. So that is
Hmm.
new for me. So can you just elaborate some in a better
Yes.
way?
Yeah.
And
Okay. So, so egocentric data. First of all, the word egocentric itself ego. It's ego. Ego is me. So, centered to me. So, what they are doing is, so they are trying to build generalist robots that can work for anything, where especially for humanoids. And so they have a lot of companies like Tesla, Boston Dynamics, and everyone are working on the mechanical feasibility, because such kind of mimicking the human motion, the degrees of freedom we have, our hand movement is all very complex. So there are a lot of companies who are working on that, and now it is time for where they want to be able to do anything. Like, I don't want to program it to do. So like if you take the classical robotics, which
yeah,
ABB and Yumi, Fanuc and all work on, the products you buy from them is something where your robot arm is programmed that, okay, go to this point, this point, this point. You form this kind of an arc and come back to this point. This is how the classical robotics worked. But now they are trying to build robots that, without me telling that, okay, this is how, this is what, I don't want to program it saying, okay, pick this object, drop it there. No, I want to be like, I'll show you once, you are supposed to do this, and then you are supposed to do it. That is how
okay,
they want to do it. So what you
okay,
need is a ton of data, like a
yeah,
lot of data, loads of data, and terabytes of data they are collecting every day. So what they do is they mount a camera on the worker's
mirror,
head.
yeah,
Yeah, a very lightweight
computer
camera on
vision.
the
We use the
worker's head.
computer vision and all.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
We have
what
seen some
happens is,
viral videos
yes, yes.
in
What
recent,
happens
recent.
is, yes, that is something like you're trying to mimic how a robot would see a job, a humanoid robot with its eyes as cameras looking from here and looking down. So when you are working, you are trying to mimic its behavior and
Yeah,
collect data. So every day as workers work, they are trying to do this, and their companies are paying like, I think, a lot of dollars, around $30 to $60 per hour per person, to just get such data. That is one. And then there are people who are breaking this barrier itself and say, there are companies, there's a company called the Robot Company in Singapore, which they are even challenging the assumption of collecting data in this manner itself. They are
okay,
saying that way, when you collect data, there's a lot heavy need of cleaning the data and converting the data to feasible formats that robots can adapt to, which takes a lot of time and work. So what they are doing is they are leveraging something called physical AI, which is the growing trend in AI right
very
now
interesting.
after Gen AI. This is the
Very
running one,
interesting.
where they are trying to deploy robots already. Say they're like, I'll give you the robot already, And at the back end, they are, so let's say I am in India and the robot is somewhere in London, and I am hired to remotely operate that robot for a few days so that the robot can learn how, let's say you want to fold clothes at a laundry unit, and the robot doesn't know how to do that yet. So what you're doing is someone in India is sitting and operating the robot manually, and using that, the robot is learning, okay, this is how I'm
That's
supposed to do it, and then it is doing it itself, and then this person is okay, I'm moving on to my next job.
mimicking the actuals.
Yes, yes. So that is
Absolutely.
one more challenging assumption they are doing. So that in that direction, it's growing in a very sharp way. And I think, Payal, you can contribute a lot to data collection pipelines, because when it comes into recording data inside companies or industries, many people are concerned about privacy. Like, I am revealing what I'm doing inside my plant. How will I give the data? What are they going to do? Are they going to steal? Are they going to mimic me? So such problems, such concerns are there. So I think since your expertise is in the field of data migration and building data pipelines, I think you can definitely help a lot of industries in that aspect.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
that is what we are looking out for.
Yes.
Thank you so
Yes,
much, Payal.
Vipin. Yes.
And
Vipin.
anyone else? Yeah, Vipin, please come on, come forward, unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Hello. Yes. Very good evening to all of you.
Yeah. Good evening.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So my question is, I am Vipin Ahuja, and I am the founder.
Vipin, I think your voice is very not clear.
Hello. Yes. Am I
Yeah,
audible?
yes, this is better. This is better.
Okay. So actually, we are into the consumer appliance industry.
Okay.
Okay. So so what we face the issue while making our appliance, and actually it was made from we need to we are actually at our end we are just assembling uh, those specially designed components from our vendors. Okay, so we cannot manufacture at our end at this stage of startup.
Mm-hmm.
So so we just design them. We just design them and ask our vendors. Firstly, there is a lots of issue for discovering and aligning a vendor for our properly making our component of our product. Na? Actually, these all are specially designed. These are not readily available into the market. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens sometimes the vendor uh, because we are taking it in small amount also. We cannot take it at a bulk at this stage of our startup.
Mm-hmm.
So we are into the early traction stage. We have sold out around 500 units on different marketplaces and our own website also.
Okay.
So we are at this early traction stage. What we face, we are facing issues. Sometimes the vendor denies to make our product on time, and also sometimes he cannot provide us the quality which we want to make from which we are expecting from that
Mm-hmm.
vendor. Okay, and at this stage, so we need to wait again and again. We need to wait with that vendor. So and also at this stage, if we want to make it at our own our end, so we need some manufacturing and testing machineries at our end. So this needs there is a lot of funding constraint at this stage. Okay. So so, what would you suggest that at this particular stage we cannot we cannot buy those machineries at our end, and the vendors are also not providing us the quality and timely delivery. So, in this case, the ultimately consumer suffers. So, what would you suggest us to eradicate this problem?
Okay. So
I hope I can understand. My question is that.
yeah,
Yes.
I'll just repeat your question so you can confirm that I am talking about the right thing. So one, you are saying you are in the consumer electronics industry, and you guys get the components, assemble it, and then ship it. And for this purpose, you guys are currently outsourcing, where the outsourced vendor sometimes is causing delays or a lack in quality, due to which your consumers are suffering, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
this is over there. So you talked about two problems. One is the quality, and one more is the timely deliveries. So this, since you're outsourcing, that this kind of an issue will be there until you can find a reliable manufacturer, a reliable vendor whom you can source out from. And yes, of course, you should definitely go and start working towards having your own plant, so that start working towards that direction. Look into, set your goal, set your finances, set your direction towards working on that side, because only when you own that process, you can control it. When it's out of your control, there is very less control that you can have on the quality and the timelines which you can get. So unless you get a very good vendor who is actually of the same mindset that I want to deliver quality and on time, you won't be able to solve this problem unless you own it yourself. So that is a problem that cannot be solved unless you outsource it. But one way definitely which can help you is currently is where you should be trying to leverage ways where you can trace and keep in track how much the vendor has finished, and you should have in place for QC, and also set SOPs for your vendors, that unless these particular conditions are met, I am not going to work for you. So you will have to frame in those SOPs and bring in a framework that these are our conditions, these are our SOPs. If you agree to work with this, we'll continue working with you. Else we cannot proceed with you, because that harms our customer and ultimately harms our business. So your immediate method would be to set out SOPs for your vendors and work along that direction to make them follow your SOPs, and bring in a traceability into what is happening in the process, like how far you are, how far is it ready by this day, how much is there. So that kind of a thing should be worked upon. So we can definitely have a chat on a one-to-one basis for that on a further way.
Absolutely. On the
Yeah.
on the chat section, you can find the link to book a one-on-one call with Tejas, and he can definitely help you out, yeah, on your situations, based on your situations.
Okay.
So for the audience,
Definitely. Thank you. Thanks.
thank you so much, Vipin, for asking the questions. So before going into the next discussion, so there is polls live on the top corner of the meeting room. So please just tap on that purple box icon, the graph icon, and just scroll it down to the second poll, and please start giving votes. Okay. Okay. So please come on, guys, come on. Okay, so Tejas,
Yes.
here I have one more thing to understand from
Mhm.
your end. So
Yes.
you have mentioned earlier that you are building some software and all, right?
Mhm.
So what are the scenarios? What are the cases exactly fits to your software that can drastically change the pain of all the manufacturers from all the sectors? So how you are envisioning your product? So since you are talking about that, so that's why I'm asking. I think many
Yes.
people here they will can have that good
Mhm.
idea about
Okay.
you also.
Yes.
So that
Yes.
they can get
So currently, we are working on lines where we are trying to bring in traceability into the manufacturers, where who are like, say, a mid-scale, doing it a mid-scale on an MSME basis, where the operations are not very fine-tuned. So maybe you are losing your on some machine is not even being operated at the rate you think it is, or some work might be actually slowing down because maybe your workers are not actually contributing enough time, or maybe there is something else causing an issue, that like common issues, or say you don't know, you are manufacturing you have different manufacturing team and a different sales team, and they're very disconnected. The manufacturing team doesn't know how much the sales team is selling, at what rate, the rate of sale, not like how much I'm selling at this point. It's the how fast am I selling and how fast am I manufacturing. Am I able to match the rate of sale with the rate of manufacturing? Am I able to, so these are the lines, and am I able to see where my current production state is? These are the lines we are working on, because this is the very first step when you want to solve a particular problem in your industry. The first step is to figure out where the problem is. So to know where the problem is, you need to know what is happening on the ground. Then you'll be able to solve the problem. So that is our first step. We are working on that direction. And I would definitely love to have conversations with anyone who would be interested in such a direction. And if you have any other related problems in your manufacturing sector, we are definitely open to have a chat, and you can definitely book a call with me and we'll have a discussion. Me and my team will be there to assist you in whatever directions we have expertise in. We'll definitely assist you.
Perfect. And I think it's a must needed for the MSMEs or the newbies in the manufacturing industry.
Yes, and we are also targeting to keep it at a very low cost, because that is a very big barrier, as Kajal mentioned, that costs are up to 80 lakhs, which is like not very affordable by MSMEs. And in India, it is very important that we support our MSMEs and help them grow.
Absolutely. So Tejas, one more thing, I just want to understand. So what you're saying that visiting the floor, manufacturing floor, or the visiting the factory day-to-day basis, it's not enough in the right now, which scenarios are going into, if we are compared with the China's capability and all. So the owner of the manufacturers or the operators of the manufacturing plant, they are not just working with some of their managers and all. They are asking here and there. They just driven by the data, and you help them to drive your plant with data at a low cost. Am I correct?
Yes.
That's fantastic. And now tell me before after shot. So why I need this kind of a setup? Because right now the work is going on, right? So why I this kind of extra solutions? It when I personally realize okay, this is not extra solution. This is a must-have solution for my manufacturing plant. So what's are that after before shot you imagine for this particular industry of manufacturing?
Okay. I'll give you a case study for this. There's this is a issue the potassium nitrate factory was facing, which we went in with. So they are not a very big firm. They have small land where they have built a unit to manufacture, and they do something like 10 to 20 tons per month. But the sales side, their team is actually good. They are able to bring in orders that is beyond the capability of the manufacturer. So, but on the manufacturing side, they're facing a lot of issues, because one, disavailability of workers properly, and one more major issue is the quality of the produce. If sometimes they are getting produce that is of very high quality, sometimes they are getting, and they are lacking with manufacturing a lot, and they clearly do not know what is causing, because they do not have one problem. They have a ton of problems, and they do not know where I'm losing my money, why am I lacking in producing it, why am I not able to do it. So to know that, first you need the data to know what is happening on the ground. Only then you can solve the problem. You should know where you are losing the money, what is going wrong in your place. Only then I can solve your problem. So that is what we are helping with. And any case where they are facing such problems where they don't know what is happening in a particular place, and then you want to connect multiple departments, multiple systems, and basically the interaction between layers, interaction between teams, to fine tune and help you solve problems with when you operate, let's say you are doing, let's say, let's take a very simple example. Let's take a car. A car, if you test individually the radio, individually the steering, individually the wheels, you can say, okay, everything is working. Now,
Yeah.
only when you drive the car, you'll know problems that are in between the steering and the wheels. I can test the wheels are moving, the motors are running at one point, and I can see, okay, the steering is fine. But when will you know the problem that is in the layer in between? That is when you connect these systems together and check. So there is a serious gap to check the problem in the layer in between two different subsystems. So that
Got
is
it.
where we are trying to help.
It's really makes sense for me, and I'll keep it on the actual manufacturers who are joined with us today. So yeah, this is absolutely makes sense for me. And also, I would love to know about how do you guys, currently track production? So on paper, on Excel, on Tally, on ERP, or customer software, custom software, or whatever combination you are trying to, um, using to track your production unit or your factory. So please vote. The poll is live. So come on, guys. I think Team Visey, please assist people so that they can, track the total polling site so that they can give the vote. Okay. So come on, guys. Just try to find the poll button, and it is top right corner of the meeting room, the purple one. So yeah. And yes, absolutely. So anyone else from the audience side, we are already, approaching 6:04. So yeah. So tell me, anyone from the audience who want to ask anything, want to discuss anything with Tejas?
Yeah, we'll take one last question.
Yeah.
Wind up.
Come on, guys. From audience, anyone here? Okay. And audience, please keep voting on the polls. Come on. Okay, no problem. I think so, Tejas.
Yes.
It's really informative, discussions which we're doing on the manufacturing things, because the tradition of the manufacturing industry is now breaking with AI, with the AI agents, with the capability of humans or the precision of the humans. So for a long period of time, which I have seen in these Indian manufacturing industries, so mostly we do the assembles here and we bring all the components from China.
Yes.
How you have envisioned this scenario, and if let's say if you make the 90% of the Indian manufacturers are using data to track their factories or the manufacturing lines or the assembly lines. So what you think the future of manufacturing in India would look like after 5 years, while driven by the data with the cutting edge technology like AI in at an affordable price rate, and what will be the future looks like with those kind of a thing. So what you are envisioned. So now we are just procure components from China and other countries, and we're doing our stuff, right? We're assembling. So how you are envisioning this particular thing, and that will be our conclusion note after that, and we will conclude this particular meeting. So till then, guys, just book the call with Tejas if you want to do a one thing. Yes, Vipinji, we will take your questions after this particular thing. So yeah, Tejas.
Yeah. So now what you mentioned is a major problem in the Indian market. If you take a lot of industries, especially the robotics industry, and if you take something like even our Navy and DRDO, the what is happening is we say made in India, make in India. We are doing those a lot of thing. What is happening is only the outer cover. Say if you are building a submarine or a ship, your internal parts, everything is imported, even your designs and everything. And only the outer metal casing and the painting is done by India, and we just label it made in India. So, and so what many companies are currently now, if you take in the robotics domain, many startups are starting to work on developing indigenous components, and the most popular being is building an indigenous drone controller. And there are companies who are working on building every single component from scratch in India, to ensure that we become someone who, see, there is a major crisis and something that many people are worried about, and which is the sole reason why India started promoting semiconductors. Because if you see, semiconductors manufacturers, we have been importing it for a long time, and there are threats that suddenly what if that market is shut off for us and we don't have access for it, so we'll be in deep trouble. So that is where the government also started initiatives to, okay, promote this. But we are still lacking, where in India we are still celebrating manufacturing 12 nanometers semiconductors, while a lot of places they are doing 2 nanometers. So that is one thing. Other, we are already getting 2 nanometer semiconductors. So that is one area which we have to work on more.
Yeah. So, and I think with AI and the data, it will be possible
Yes.
for us also to get into that
So
particular positions.
yeah,
And
If
personally, I'm
you
hopeful for
if you take China, they have already built such systems, and they're focusing a lot on trying to improve their manufacturing efficiency rather than build. But we have just started to build the manufacturing place, so it will take. We are still a long way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, Vipinji, please unmute yourself.
Yes, yes. Yes, sir. Just I want to know what are the affordable solutions available for implementing traceability in your consumer appliance product supply? So
Consumer.
can you suggest us?
We'll
Yeah,
have a
can you
deeper discussion on that, because I need to understand how exactly your system works currently, so that I can give you the best solution. So it would be better we can connect on a one-on-one call so I can discuss more. And
Yeah,
we are already running out of time. That's why.
absolutely.
oh, thank you.
Yeah,
And I
please
think
book a call. We'll definitely have a discussion.
yeah, absolutely. And people are using papers, Excels, and Tally, and one is using custom software to track their current production line. So yeah, so there is a mixed, approaches here we can see, definitely. So yeah, I think that will be the conclusion note will be there in just few seconds. We'll start that. So before the concluding the sessions, so people who are still there with us, so just give us a response on through emojis or on chat box, how it's going on. Is it helpful for you or not? So just please give your feedback here through showing emojis or any things on the chat. That would be really helpful for us to understand. Okay. So yes, Tejas. So we are getting into the conclusion note. So yes, it's of course from your end. So yeah, please start with your conclusion note.
So very exciting discussion, and we learned a lot from you today, and I hope we were helpful to you, whatever discussion we had. And I hope we further have opportunities to work together and solve your problems and bring in better ROI for you and make your business better.
Absolutely.
And I really want to know that we were helpful today, and this wasn't a waste of time.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And yeah, so thank you so much, each and every participants who have joined us, gave us their important time to Visey, to Tejas, and hope there is
And
call
I
link.
thank Team Visey for getting you this,
Thank
getting
you.
so many of you, for me to connect with you.
Thank you so much, everyone. So that was it for today. Hope you have learned, you have enjoyed, and the business we believe in where ROIs comes in, right? So that's the thing. It's all about the ROI. So yeah, good
Bye.
evening. Thank you so much for joining once again. Bye bye. Take
Bye.
care.
Bye.
Okay. Signing off. I'm John T, your host today. Perfect.